Gotta say, this administration is not making America look good at all right now. And personally, what I think was one of the biggest mistakes in this whole thing in Afghanistan was Biden thinking that the Afghani forces were going to be able to hold their own against the Taliban. I don't know if y'all remember, but back in 2009, there was an article posted about the US trying to train the Afghani forces, and like 75% of them were high the entire time. Like high on heroin. Look, I personally don't think it's super hard to train somebody how to operate a gun. It's kind of like playing an instrument. Once you learn it, you don't forget it. But there's a lot more that goes into the entire aspect of war than just knowing how to use an AK or an M4. But here's a little clip that I found of our military trying to train these guys.
Don't have a helmet on. Najib doesn't have a rifle right now. How is he ready?
It's like having 26 kids that I have to watch after. It really is.
Ready would be on the road, staged, ready to move at 8:30.
I think if they introduced drug testing to the Afghan army, we would lose probably 3/4 to maybe 85% of the army.
It requires telling them almost 30 times, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Come on, let's go.
So we obviously did our best there. Was it the best idea to try to do that? I don't know. I don't know if any of you have experienced somebody who's high on heroin, but it's hard for them to even get off the couch, let alone know how to use a gun, study warfare, the whole bit. But over the years, we have given tens of billions of dollars of weaponry to this army that has just been high the whole time, that can't read and write. We've been paying them money to fight. So should it have been any surprise to Biden or anyone in his administration that when we were pulling out, they're like, all right, I got my paycheck, see you later, I'm not gonna fight the Taliban. Look, in my opinion, anybody who's high all the time is a weak-minded person because they can't deal with the issues in their life. So how do we expect them to fight seasoned Taliban? I mean, here's one example of a video that was sent to me by an anonymous person. And I want to set this up so you all really understand what you're watching before you watch it. This is a group of Taliban soldiers and a group of Afghan soldiers. Very similar number on each side. Taliban's on the left, Afghans are on the right. And what you're gonna see in this video, having a very similar amount of guys in that area, the Afghan guys just surrender, put their guns down, all right, we're done. No will to fight. It's like they're zombies that somehow learn how to pick up guns. Shouldn't have Biden known that they have no pride in country? They don't care about protecting their people. They don't care about any of that. They cared about a paycheck. They cared about getting high. They would rather either join the Taliban or be their prisoners than fight, especially in a situation like that where it's a similar amount of guys. But 9 times out of 10, none of the guys who surrendered probably had any faith in the guy next to him that he knew what he was doing either. It's like you're looking down the line of your guys like, all right, who's functioning right now and who is higher than a kite? Oh, 90% of us are just completely gone in the head. All right, we probably should surrender. But this is stuff that US intelligence should have known. All of this stuff was documented back in 2009. Somehow Biden is surprised that the Afghan army just gave up? They're more worried about getting high, man. Anyways, now the Taliban is calling the shots in Afghanistan. We have August 31st to get it done. What do y'all think is gonna happen after that? And then Jen Psaki, y'all know she's my favorite person in the world to not like. She says this on live television and has an attitude added onto it while she says it.
It's the way that he has ordered it to happen by pulling the troops before getting these Americans who are now stranded. Does he have a sense of that?
First of all, I think it's irresponsible to say Americans are stranded. They are not. We are committed to bringing Americans who want to come home. We are in touch with them via phone, via text, via email, via any way that we can possibly reach Americans to get them home if they want to return home.
Oh, yeah, good. Stranded is not the correct word. Okay. All right, well, let's just roll with that. Can they drive out of Afghanistan? No. Because Taliban have roadblocks all over the place, and they wouldn't make it probably more than 5 miles out of Kabul. Are we having that much luck flying people out of there? No, because the Taliban is guarding and has a perimeter around the airport. We have a lot of allies in Afghanistan who helped us tremendously in the 20-year war we were in. And we're leaving them along with a ton of Americans high and dry right now. What does that say to our other allies? Do you think they're like, oh no, they're just gonna do it to the people in Afghanistan. They would never do that to us. They'd have to be stupid to think like that. That is not a logical way to think. This is way bigger than just a hostage situation or people being stranded, Jen Psaki. This has to do with our future relationships across the world. Are we gonna have allies after this? I would tell you right now, if I'm the president of another country and I saw how Biden handled this, I saw how Biden treats our allies, I wouldn't want to be his ally because he's just going to throw me under the bus too.